I want to ask you a question today. That question is, who are you? Do you know who you are? People believe various things about themselves. Nobody knows who they really are, but they believe something about themselves. We all do. We all have this frame that we have created for ourselves, and we define ourselves a certain way. I'm this great person, I'm a great father, I'm a great husband, and I'm this great entrepreneur. I'm this well-respected person, and I have this health, wealth, and everything. I have fortune. Some people define themselves by whatever the others have given them. It's like you have this food plate, and everybody else comes in and gives you a handful of rice. Here you go, have this. Here you go, have that. And you have a full plate at the end of the day. And you are the one who are supposed to eat it. And it's very difficult to eat it. Everyone gives you views. You are this kind of a person, you are that kind of a person, and you are trying to maintain that person within you. But what about who you really are? Do you know who you really are? You think you are a very mean person. Imagine if you think that you are a very mean kid and you are bullying these small children at school. And you always get hurt. And you want to hurt others because you are hurt. Because hurt people hurt people. You are bullying these small kids and you can't live with yourself at the end of the day. You think about it. But don't you have those moments where you feel really kind towards others? You have defined yourself as mean, and you don't like yourself. You don't want to live with yourself. But then again, when you go near a beggar, or maybe a homeless person, don't you want to give them your food? Don't you want to give them your sandwich? Tell me, in that moment, who are you? Completely different to what you believed you are. Completely outside that box that you have squeezed yourself into. Sometimes you've outgrown, but still you try to squeeze yourself into that box. Imagine, sometimes you feel like you are a good husband, you are a good wife, but this new girl that comes to the office, she seems very, very attractive, and you sometimes wish that you were not married at all. When those thoughts come, do you like those thoughts? Do you want to live with those thoughts? No, you want to throw those thoughts away into this deep dark corner in your mind. You don't wish them to come out at all. Because you have defined yourself in a certain way, a certain manner. And when those thoughts come, there's a collision. There's always collision. And you put yourself into this denial mode. The denial mode where you don't want to accept yourself, your true self. Your true self is not the one that you are maintaining. That is something that you have defined for yourself. That is the shell that you need to come out of. You find that inside that shell you are safe, you are protected, so you try to maintain it. But within you there is no happiness. You always regret. You always beat yourself up. Think about, sometimes there are some people. So there are so many women who come to us, seeking solace from every nook and corner in this world. When they come to us, they tend to tell us stories about their lives. Sometimes the things that they regret, sometimes the feelings that they cannot express to the others. So one of those ladies that kept coming to us with the problems, searching for solutions, She once told me that she feels that she is not good enough. She cannot accept any opportunity in her workplace. Because every time she is presented with an opportunity, she feels like, am I adequate to do this? She feels rejection towards herself. She always felt this insecurity, and sometimes she felt that she cannot do anything at all. But others, her friends, they always compete against her, and they always get good promotions and everything. They get good increments in salaries, but not her. And there was this another person that came into her life, and she has a lot of friends. So this person is lonely because she doesn't have any friends. Because she always thinks bad about herself. She is not ready to accept herself. She thinks that she is really lonely and alone, and she doesn't want to trust anybody. She wants to live in this shell that she has created for her own. And whenever if someone comes to her and told her, imagine this situation for yourself. If someone comes to you and told you that, well, you know what? The other day when you said this to me, I was hurt. I don't like the way that you talk. I think you are very mean. You are a mean person. Do you really accept that? Can you accept it? It is very difficult to accept, right? Why? Have you ever thought why? No. It is very difficult to accept that because you have this frame that you think you are that person, and you are not ready to accept that you have this fault. So every time the other people suffer. So there can be so many reasons for the loneliness. But this person is feeling lonely and they wanted solution. There is this quote that says, when you actually accept yourself, the whole world accepts you. When you actually love yourself, the whole world loves you. When you actually care about yourself, the whole world cares about you. So then, is it a wonder that you feel lonely? Because you need to accept yourself. By accepting yourself, other people will accept you. Because by accepting yourself, you are accepting others around you. And then they accept you. That is the first step out of the loneliness. You have to accept it. You have to love yourself. Because imagine this situation, if someone comes to you saying that you have done something in your past, you are a very bad person, every day you feel like you have done something wrong and you can't live with yourself. There's this secret in your mind. Maybe you have this bad habit that you don't want anybody to find out, and you don't want to tell it to anybody because it has social stigma. So then someone comes to you and they cry and they want to get it out of their system, and you are trying to console them, right? If someone told you something like that, what do? Do you beat them up? No, you accept them and you make them feel more comfortable. You make them feel at ease. You tell them, it's okay. It's okay. I'm here for you. Tell me what do you have to say? And you might say that that's not true. You have these qualities. You might appreciate them. You might praise them for what they have. What they have. You might tell them the virtues of that person. You might make them feel valued. If you can show love and compassion and affection towards the other person who comes to you with that same problem, why can't we do that for ourselves? The things that people do for others. We barely do half of it for ourselves. We need to accept the fact that this, who you are, is not the frame that you have created. It is the thoughts that occur in each moment. Accept that the frame that you have created for your own yourself, that is the definition that you have given for yourself, is not the truth. Because the thoughts that you occur are different, and you have to accept that. You have to accept that this moment, what you are is what you are. You are what you think. And when you accept that, you will feel freedom and deliverance from the suffering that you have been experiencing so far. That you will start accepting yourself. When you actually accept yourself, you start to love yourself. You love yourself who you are. When you love yourself, you understand that every living being deserves that love. All the other people around you, you start to accept them as well. When you accept them, when you extend that love towards them, you will receive love. Because when you love, you get love. What you give is what you get, right? So then, at the end of the day, you are being loved by everybody. Why? Because you loved yourself. You accepted yourself. There is this quote, famous quote, that says, "Blessed are those who are merciful, for they'll be shown mercy." If you become merciful, then you will be shown mercy. Merciful towards whom? Merciful towards yourself. If you really can forgive yourself without beating yourself up, without self-blame and self-loathe, resentment towards yourself, if you really can relieve yourself from those feelings, then you will be happy. That's the first step towards this ultimate happiness. Because you will be shown mercy. When you become merciful towards yourself, you will be shown mercy. You will be experiencing the mercy. Because you yourself is the one that should show mercy towards yourself. So, the first step is actually forgiving yourself. Sometimes you might wonder, you might think that forgiving is difficult. Instead, it is easy to just pretend. It is easy to pretend than just forgive yourself. It is easy to maintain this bubble around you than to forgive. But you have to do it. If you do it, if you actually trust yourself and forgive yourself, then you can do it for someone else. You can relieve someone else too. If you are trapped, then you can never give the other person the true salvation. Only when you are healed, you can give the others that true liberation. So I urge you, think about this. Have you defined yourself in a way that might make you feel uncomfortable? If so, I urge you to get out of that passenger seat and get to that driving seat of your life. Get to that driving seat of your life, and because you are in control, you are not a victim. Just take control of your life and make this decision to find the true happiness. Because you are not a victim. Because your life is too sacred. Because your life is a human life and it is sacrosanct. Why don't we use it and change the way that we are to find this true happiness? Come with us, join us, and let us help you.